Hello and welcome back to another episode of serde-yaml. It's Byron speaking. And in the past session, I was in my own fork here of serde and set up a few issues in order to do at least a tiny bit of planning. Interestingly, in the meanwhile, there was some outstanding issue right here because I've been made a member. Who's this? Okay. I've been made a member of the serde-rs organization, so I can now actually push to the repository directly if I wanted to do so also, and that's a good thing. We are about to, or the individual pieces have been, or serde has been split up into particular modules for XML, JSON, and YAML serialization, deserialization supports, respectively. Right now, serde still comes with JSON support, but I think eventually this will just move away because this shouldn't be here. If you see this, there now is a separate repository here for JSON. Fortunately, XML has already been migrated here and shows how it could look like. And I think what I want to do is get rid of my fork here and set up the YAML the YAML repository accordingly with the README file and whatnot, and set up the milestones and issues right away. Also, what I'm going to do is use a PR-based workflow. So I'm going to, after the basic setup, fork this and then make PRs accordingly so that you see what's going on. And that's how that is going to be, because that will allow easier code review in case people are interested to do that. If in doubt, I will just merge my individual PRs in there, and each PR might be corresponding to a certain kind of feature set or milestone at least. So I think the first one will be the initial project setup. And let's do this somehow. Oh, there has been a message by Corey. What is this? Homu? I don't know. R+, I don't know. Maybe it's force push support. I have no idea. I don't know what he means with that. But anyway, let's set it up. That's what this video is supposed to be about. So I start totally fresh here. serde-yaml. I was copying my stuff, the YAML subfolder over in a moment, even though all the imports will be different then. Oh, look, something else. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure who will have time for reviews anyway. However, I just want to get used to that workflow, and if in doubt, we'll just merge my own PRs. I think that's kind of how I'm going to do it. Yeah, that's the thing. Let's try to get started here. It's always, usually I dislike starting on a project right away, because then you have to kind of do all the infrastructure again, write README files and stuff. I mean, that's part of the thing, right? But, damn it. On the other hand, I'm kind of happy to do it because that's the simple part. There's nothing special about that. It's just grunt work. So make dir serde-rs, move serde into serde-rs, and then I can clone this empty repository here appear to have cloned an empty repository. That's absolutely true. So let's start with it. Cargo init. I don't know, do I have to specify that it's supposed to be a lib? Oops. Yeah. It's crazy. Now that multi-rust is there, it's so slow to execute anything. I don't know why multi-rust is that slow, to be honest. Just a bash script, and bash shouldn't be that slow. Unknown flag lib, did you mean bin? Okay, so by default, it seems to be a library anyway. So let's do it like that. Yes, call it YAML. We will rename it later. Technically, I think I'm not allowed to dump my own configuration here, so I will just have a new project based on my standard project OpenRS. It's the simplest Rust project that there can possibly be. It's really, that's all the code that there is. So yeah, let's close this project, and it always closes all the buffers, which kind of makes the editor unusable, which sucks. So add folder. So let's add, oh come on, what the, serde-yaml. Let's add this one. Now we save the project as serde-yaml and save it elsewhere. Ah, that's so. I do hope it doesn't exist yet, but we will see. No, I don't think it does exist. Serde-yaml, there we go. And now we can edit the project, basically remove all of this. No, wait. Let's be a bit more careful, because that folder I actually need. Yeah, like this, bang. There we go. So that should be a good default implementation. We will disable the linting support just because it will be too slow anyway to build everything in the background. Maybe at some point, once it has built it once, it will be feasible, but I will see about that. So, sidebar. Show me. What do we have here? Looks good. That's gonna be serde_yaml. I will follow the conventions here. Let's see. Version 0.0.1. That's the case, at least. I don't know. MIT non-military non-spy. Do I need that? It's interesting that this even works. I don't think it does, even though I don't know either. Non-military non-spy. Well, I'm just MIT. I don't say it's non-military and non-spy. I have no idea. Let's call it YAML support. I kind of would do it like this, but then Oliver would have done it like that as well, huh? But anyway, I will digress a little. And that's actually the repository URL. Right now we have no docs. YAML, unfortunately. Keywords we have as well. Oh yeah, let's get these. Dev dependencies, serde macros. Yeah, so I guess on stable this will work as long as we don't use. Yeah, the goal will be to work on stable, right? So I think dev dependencies, serde macros will be good because then we can use serde macro stuff in tests. That's a good thing. Like so. Damn it. I hate that the dock uses a little bit of space. So you have to adjust your window accordingly because it will never expand to use all the screen space that you have. Okay, so that is that. Let's try to get some keywords going. Serde-rs. Serde. I'm just Oh. Now I see there are subcrates here. Didn't know that. Maybe that changed recently. Keyword serialization. Well, there's not so much. README. Yeah, let's have a look at OpenRS. Description, keywords, documentation. Yeah, so documentation is something that I would be missing here. Besides that, we are good. Serde-yaml. Ah, that's good. Because previously I've done it in Serde. I have a branch there, so serde-yaml is a new project indeed. I was for a moment afraid that there could be a clash of some sort. README shall be just a README file here. Keyword serialization, deserialization, and YAML. I don't know, probably you don't need the YAML keyword, but why not? Good, so that is that. Git ignore, set up accordingly, all right. Source, we will also fix. Let's have a look at XML again. Oh yeah, Travis setup. Totally forgot. License file. Non-military, non-spy. I think the license file I will get from OpenRS. That should be. Let's get 2 panes as well. It should be MIT. Yeah, should be set up accordingly. Cool. So that's our license file. Then the README file. Oh no, wait. Let's do Travis first. Let's see how this is set up. Okay, standard setup. I think what I want to do is use my OpenRS basic version. Copy OpenRS Travis, because that will use Travis Cargo. That is very useful to have to do everything basically. Also the doc upload. That's the point here, to keep doc up to date. Rust. Let's try Rust stable, shall we? Let's aim for stable at least. Yeah. Should be doing something. I will quickly move into a shell that shouldn't be recorded. Oh yeah, and I also have to set the remote just to get my Travis key right here. Get remote. There's no remote just yet. Let's set it up. Title serde-rs YAML, like that. So get remote add origin. That's that. So now I should be able to set up my secret key here. cd serde. As I said, it's on a separate shell. Now I should be able to do this. Bada boom. Probably doesn't work because I have to update my Travis command line tool as well. Oh, that did work. I shall update it anyway. Yeah, so now we should have another key, which is the one we need for this particular repository. And that is that. Cool. That works. Or should work. Travis.yaml. Now the library. Again, let's stick to this. Yeah, the README is actually the next in line. Let's start off with that one. readme.m down. No, let's stick with md. Thank you very much. And serd. Oh. Why is that not really working right now? Why did it lose everything? Why? Ah, because I moved it. I get it now. And let's switch explicitly. Rust. Yeah, moving project is always a bad idea. Serd rs serd. Oh, I don't even have this here. Damn it. Edit project. Now that's how that works. Serd s serd. Boom. So now we are back. Cool. Yeah, because I have something here already. And you know, that's basically what I would want to have in my README file as well. I guess. serde-yaml. Like this. Yeah, so right now there's no support at all. There's no real README file, but that's okay. The lib. Yeah, let's have a look at what lib says. It should just pull in stuff here. Extern create serd. Previously we had the benefit of being right where we want to be. Now we don't have that anymore. Oh look, there's even a debug flag. I never used that. Lots of stuff to learn here, especially when it comes to how to do compile time things. Yeah, so that is that. I guess we should be good if we just bring in a few things. Value, pubmod value, so that's how that goes. Good, let's just copy the stuff over. Copy, previously it was insert, right? Source, YAML. That's kind of all I have. So sir comes here. And what do I have? What do I have in, sorry, in mod? YAML mod. Okay, it just pulls in sir. That's it. So basically what we want in lib is this part, which shall be written in a more exhaustive manner soon. And that. Yeah, I don't like it so much that it is a copy here. But a symlink won't do. We could use code generations to kind of make it work. But for now, you know, let's keep it very, very simple. Yeah, and we can't do anything anyway, so this is really early. Development state, current state. The project is so early in development that it cannot be used at all. I think that's something that should be stated here very clearly to everyone inclined to actually look at this. Nice. Good. So in theory, that could possibly compile already. Yeah. Use sir. Use serd, sir, huh? Yeah, that could work. That could work. That should be all, huh? Compact formatter. The rest of the stuff is defined here. Yeah. Let's see. So in theory, a cargo build should already do something here. So far, so good. And we are in stable. Stable is my default toolchain here. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I should enable Travis right away. Webhooks, add service, Travis, please. There we go. Do it. Nice. And the rest of the setup here, I don't want a wiki, but I want issues. Strict editing to users and teams with push access only. Okay. Yeah, without a wiki that also isn't relevant to us. Interesting. You kind of just kind of setting without a wiki, which kind of makes it, you know, danger zone, transfer ownership. Okay, that should be it. Yeah. So basically everyone in the third team has write access to this one as well. Fine. I will use a PR-based workflow though. So I will just make the first push here, and then the rest works through PRs. Even though I'd like to, what I will do is I will set up the milestones here in this project, and then assign my own PRs to these milestones respectively. And so basically there will always be one PR only for this stuff. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. Makes sense. I'm trying out this workflow anyway, also with the video recording, but it should be fine. Good. So are you done? Oh look, that even compiled. Awesome. So cargo test probably doesn't do anything. Oh no. Well. So this means that quasi doesn't work with stable. And guess what? It probably also doesn't work with the latest nightly, because that's what I tried. But let's try it. Multi-rest, override nightly. Yeah, I think that doesn't work. That's one of the problem here. See? So Aster, the latest Aster doesn't work. Awesome. So yeah, no testing for me. No using nightly with shared macros is currently totally impossible. Awesome. So all that stuff doesn't work anymore. I don't know. Probably beta also doesn't work, because Aster uses nightly features that are not available in beta either. So it would be really interesting to know the latest Rust C version that is supported by Aster, for instance. Let's try that. GitHub Aster. Oh no, not my own one. No. This one. Rust C. Some people put a Rust C txt here that contains the version. But unfortunately not here. Is there APR? Update test cases. Well, it even works. Default syntax. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know about this, to be honest. I don't know yet. Supports using syntax with stable Rust and the built-in lib syntax with the nightly Rust. Yeah, not so much, unfortunately. I think with all these build flags, weird stuff happens. Unless maybe you can only use it with that. Features nightly. Maybe this is what you want to do now. Does not have features nightly. Maybe you have to set it up that way then. But it's not happening here either, huh? So this cargo toml doesn't have anything specific set up to work with serde macros, unfortunately. Oh man, so what? I don't know. It's very annoying. Default, as to default, syntax, aster nightly. Yeah, so if I would add this here, what would happen? Huh. Example, package hello world, aster nightly. Okay, so that's how you can specify features of requirements, huh? So default, aster default, syntax. Yeah, maybe that. And now dependencies. I think that's something I don't necessarily have to specify. I'm not sure. Maybe this just works. I'm not sure at all. So now I have nightly, which is not an optional dependency. Okay, so this wants to be optional. Default features false. Okay, that's multiple ones. We have to put this here. Yeah. Yeah, so I think only in dev dependencies this matters to us. I hope. Dev dependencies are not allowed to be optional. Well, then like this. Feature default depends on syntax, which is not an optional dependency. Well, so that doesn't work. Not like that. I don't know. Aster default. Yeah, I mean, in default mode, in stable mode, you need to use syntax to make it work, which didn't work for me either. This is what this is supposed to say, but this doesn't work as a dev dependency. So maybe this will do the trick. Doesn't have these features, nightly default. Really? Well, aster doesn't have these features, nightly default. But it says so, right? It claims to have these features. Features, okay. So defaults, so that doesn't even work, fine. So that's out of date. Why would it be not out of date? I could probably put a blame here or something and... Ah, man. No fun. I'm not having fun right now. So with syntax, right? So let's try to adapt this. There is no default feature. So I think we don't have to do this. Syntax. We might just take this out. Aster nightly. Features. No, actually default wants to be aster with syntax, right? And in that case, it should require this automatically. So I don't have to put it here. So ideally, that's then pulled in automatically. I don't want to repeat this. Default features false. Default is with syntax. Yeah, so that's the default features. And in nightly, we don't want to use this, right? So we don't specify this. Maybe, I have no clue. So now it should, yeah. Oh wait, are we in nightly? Did I set this override? I think I did. Multi-rest, show override. Yeah, so I am on nightly here, but as we know, this doesn't work right now because reasons. This also means that if we go back to stable, maybe it works on stable now. Oh my god. I didn't expect this. Nothing works here. Damn it. It's gonna be pain. I wasted 10 days basically through illness and just game and try to get my head off this YAML and insert stuff because I was kind of expecting terrible pain to happen, and now it kind of shows its teeth already, even though I didn't get started yet. So cargo test. Okay, so that means quasi doesn't work like that. Maybe it wants to have some sort of feature configuration as well. Let's have a look. What is it? Just quasi, huh? Do you have features? With syntax. Okay. So we want to do quasi with syntax. So that's the default, right? And the nightly doesn't have any default things. I don't know if that automatically... Yeah, I have no clue. I think that doesn't automatically remove this. And I don't know what that means, default features. Doesn't mean it doesn't doesn't pull in default features, which are not defined here. Okay, so here we go. Dev dependencies. We have quasi. Maybe this will now work. That's stable, right? It should be. So at least the TOML file seems to make some sense, so it tries to build it. That's very nice. It's interesting, you know, I'm building a more and more an increasingly complex TOML file here. And comparing this with XML, you know, it's way too complicated. Oh look, it's building something. Really? And it's running cargo tests. Oh my god, so this probably means that I could make YAP OAuth work as well if I would add these magic lines here. Oh. So far so good. Takes a billion years to compile. I'm not really sure what it compiles. Syntax, that takes so long to compile. It's interesting that it claims to compile serde-yaml, yet I see here in the process monitor that it actually builds syntax right now. Or is it just a library that it pulls in? No, it seems to build syntax indeed. Why would it do that? I don't know. Weird things happen. I don't understand this anymore. I hope eventually I will. I mean, I've been out of the game for a while now, but this entire serd and serialization situation is very, very annoying. I probably also can't build Google RS anymore. Will you make something? No. Discovery, maybe? Yeah, I hope it doesn't update anything here, because if it doesn't... see, so there we go. So stuff doesn't work anymore. I guess I can fix it with... No, I don't know how I can fix it, actually. But this Aster, I think is not up to date. But I need nightly here, and nightly we know doesn't work. with syntax to just be sure that it works. Oh man, so there we go. So quasi-codegen. Does it mean that I will now have to overwrite this for everything? So with syntax, so now I go, because quasi previously didn't work, right? Let me guess. Default is with syntax. So, well, fine. Why is default with syntax there, but not here? It's not a default feature here. For some reason. Quasi-codegen. We are in stable, right? I always forgot. Multi-rust. Show override. We are in stable. Apparently so. Build 14th of May. So it's actually newer than the 1st of May. It already has been updated. Anyway, it still doesn't work. For some reason, I don't know what this is. Quasi-codegen, mismatch types, doesn't work. It's 031. And I'm dealing with 030. So why is it using an outdated version? Cargo update. I don't know why it's using an outdated version. Can't be, can it? Maybe it's not yet on crates. Maybe this wasn't published yet. Oh man. Quasi-codegen. Maybe it's underscore codegen. Yes, it is. Just 92 downloads. This kind of shows that, see, it's 030. Damn it, you. So I have to get it from the source repository, apparently. Cargo. Okay. So it's dependencies, quasi-codegen. Git is that. So that should get me the need 030, 031 maybe. I don't know the idea behind this. So usually I think that this is the latest version that has been published, but maybe it's the next version that is coming up. And also, I'm not sure if there are tags here. There are tags. That's good. Yeah, so it's probably all published. Yeah, so that's using with syntax by default. How am I building this? Just with tests, so that should come through. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, so that's gonna be a string here. Now it should put or use the latest version. No. But with update, I guess it will pick it up, right? Will it pick it up? Quasi-codegen, huh? Version, any, default features. So this doesn't have default features. And here, I think I want to have default features. Gee. It's still not using the latest, it seems. The thing is, yeah, nothing works here. I think I just, maybe I just don't use it. Maybe I just use standard values here. The standard, yeah, maybe I call the serialization stuff myself for testing purposes. But even that is kind of dangerous. No. I managed to get the pretty printing working, right? I did that for Yap OAuth. So for some reason, this worked once. Now nothing works for me anymore. Damn it. Oh, right. doesn't have. Maybe it doesn't work because it's not smart enough to find. Quasi CodeGen in there. This update didn't work really. So it picked it up. Maybe it wants to have the full path here. Maybe there are more ways to specify this, like a subdirectory. No. Actually, no. I thought I might get the documentation here. That's the one. Manifest format. Git. So what can you do? Version. Path. Oh, look at that. Oh no, the path is only for. But maybe it can be used in conjunction, huh? Path I only used without the Git repository, but maybe this can be used in conjunction as well. So quasi CodeGen, maybe this will do. Nope, still building the wrong one. Yeah, it pulls. I don't know why it doesn't even complain. It should complain about something. Maybe it wants to have a full path here and figures out the rest itself. Nope, because that cannot be pulled. Yeah, well. Actually, you can specify a revision as well, or a commit here, which is also not documented here for some reason. Here, ref tag branch option. So that's just named here in the sentence, fine. Yeah, so apparently these can't be combined. Also, it doesn't complain about anything. It's interesting. So it's not really, it doesn't really care. I can put pointers to anything. It will pull the cargo toml and put it into its registry. But if it doesn't contain quasi CodeGen, then you can't really use that, apparently. Yeah, so let's get the next upload going here. Yeah, well, that's terrible. Also 40 minutes in, I didn't get anywhere here. Which, I might just be stupid, but this entire quasi serde toolchain, it just doesn't work for me. What can I say? And that's the only thing where I think using serde is a bad idea, because it's really too alpha to me. And I get kind of every bug that you can run into. I don't even expect things to work for me. I expect them to fail, which usually is what happens. Yeah. And okay, so I think the way to do this is to have a local override. Yeah, that's what I should do. So I will clone this. That's how this will work. I will clone Rust quasi. I might actually have it already. And look at that, lots of stuff happened here. And now I set it up. Set up an override. Just a moment. I do this in a separate shell, just to not spill any secrets here. So cargo config. And now you go with path is an array of path. And this is quasi CodeGen. And I guess I want to override everything. So let's do this. Let's put them all in. Quasi CodeGen. And it's quasi. For a chance that this actually works, right? I have no idea if it does or if it will. But maybe, yeah. Thing is, if I override once, one of them, I guess they all want to go together and be kind of at the same version. So just quasi, what's that? Quasi macros. Just for good measure. The test I probably don't need. All right, so let's see if that does anything for me. Serde-yaml, cargo update. Yeah, so this is something that can go away now. Quasi code gen. Okay. Let's see. Good, so it now pulls latest, and now we have other errors. Slightly different errors. It doesn't change the fact that it doesn't work though. Also, I am unstable here, right? No, wait, dev dependencies, sort macros. Okay, I see. So it's serd that hates the world. So maybe I wanna use a serd override for this, just so that they're all latest. Right now I don't have one. Serd. Git remote v. Git checkout master. I have my code already, so I can actually throw away YAML and throw away my fork. Git pull ff only origin master. Let's get the latest here and set the overrides. I think that will be required. Look at that. Lots of stuff happened here. Oh yeah. Whoa. Serd code gen. I'm not liking this. It's getting more complex each time here. Okay, so I'm still having my file open where I can change my overrides, and I will just change my overrides to the point where I have latest for everything. So maybe that even works. If I just override serd, maybe it's smart enough to find the sub cargoes as well. Let's see. Does it work? Oh, excuse me? Can I find cargo? Oh, there is no cargo toml here anymore. So I should change my override here as well. Rust serd. Jesus, this totally changed. Do you still work somehow? That's stable here by default. Also first time I run this, so it should be up to date. It should work on stable. In theory. If it ever finishes. So let's try to build this as well. Oh, what? So it's this quasi again. Yeah, a build actually works. That's very nice. And it picks up the latest from there as well. That's also very nice. I'm not even... Oh yeah, serd macros is being pulled in. Yeah, I should set the override here as well, so that I get the latest, greatest. Serd underscore macros. Okay. Override is set up. So in cargo test mode, I will now get better macros maybe. Oh. Did it actually? No, it didn't. Terrible. So it's only quasi codegen. That's the latest version. It's unstable. How many times did I call this? Yes, I'm unstable. So let's go nightly. because the test stuff is kind of supposed to work on nightly anyway. Now we build again. So that actually works. Look at that. JSON 0 ignored. Probably it's ignored because this is with syntax or something. I don't know. But at least it worked on stable, so that's a good thing. It can generally work. I like the idea. I like that. Yeah, no idea. So look, that's on nightly now with the latest versions of everything. And it actually gets to a point where it does compile. So that kind of makes me want to go back to yap OAuth. Good checkout. What do we have here? We have syntax. Cargo build. Show override. We are unstable. This means we should use with syntax, but should also be a default feature. Yes, it is. So in theory, this does something for us. Now with the latest versions, maybe that works now. Huh. Which also doesn't help, even if that would work, as long as this is not published or pushed on crates.io, this wouldn't work for anybody else, right? And I don't know, this entire infrastructure seems to be very shaky still. Doesn't work so very well. Okay. So it's still building, that's good. Didn't fail yet. Aster. Oh look, no Aster override though. I think, why don't I have an Aster override? I think I want to have an Aster override. Let's get one. Rust. Oh, I don't have Aster here. Okay. Yeah, I kind of would prefer to put all these repositories down here because they're effectively only used by serde. So let's do this. Let's just do it. Shouldn't be a big deal. I will have to adjust my file then. So yeah, let's move it. Let's rust quasi. Let's move it right here. Even though it's a lie, huh? It would be a lie. That's not lie because it's not part of serde-rs effectively. Yeah. Let's clone it. Rust Aster. And unfortunately, this is just a simple repository. Rust syntax as builder. There we want to have the latest version as well. I'll put it into my override section. Might make a difference, might make no difference. I have no clue. For now, I go all in because I assume that Eric has overrides as well. And if something works or doesn't work, that is what's going to happen. Okay, so that still crashes because it unwraps. But now I get the local Aster here. And now I get the local Aster here as well. That might make a difference or not. So here it didn't even build, right? And it's still the case. As builder, span, sp, mismatch types. Found a syntax pointer, expected a syntax pointer. So this is kind of nightly, what the nightly thing wants. I think that's the problem here. So I think we wanna oh man, show override. So we are on nightly here, but we are in stable mode kind of, right? So this is what we might want. Good. So that one just doesn't work no matter what. That's good, because that way I can at least know that there's not something weird happening and that I'm supposed to use the latest, greatest and creates IO is out of date. No. So yeah, nothing special here. Let's see where we are. Yeah, that's as expected. Good. Serde-yaml. That should possibly fail. It would be great if it would work, but it might fail. We are unstable now, trying to compile that, because on nightly it doesn't work with syntax support. I think if we go nightly, we could say no default features. And then it could actually work. If nightly is empty, I think I can also leave it out. But on the other hand, let's put it in and see what happens. How to build. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to put build instructions here if it's so complicated, if I ever manage to build this. So, well, the build is meant to work using the stable toolchain. With cargo build only. If you want to run tests, you will need the nightly toolchain. Speaking of which, Travis wants to be nightly, that's for sure. The nightly toolchain. And then we want to say no default features, because that with syntax stuff is something we don't want then. Toolchain using cargo tests. Still building. Maybe it works now. Oh my god. I don't even know what I executed here. No, it doesn't. That's still... Yeah, so it wanted syntax. Yeah, so that's now stable, right? And stable should be with syntax, and that should work. Multi-rust. That is stable. That doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. There seems to be something silly here, in the sense that it's just assuming a different, or I have to set some flag or feature that, because that seems like, look at that. That's just assuming nightly here. And that's quasi codegen. So maybe I have to use with syntax here. I don't know. Cargo test. Cargo test actually can't work, right? This can't work here. That's what I just said in the README file. Cargo test, no default features. Yeah. Okay. So cargo build should work. Does not have an optional dependency. And also it should not be required, man. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So cargo build works. Okay, so now we set the override to nightly. Nope. Don't try to download stuff that you don't know, man. Couldn't download that one. Yeah, well. So there we go. Now it's nightly. And now we can say tests, no default features. And now it should, okay. And now that doesn't work anymore. That's Rust Aster, latest version. This function takes 6 parameters, but 5 were supplied. Where? The builder. How does that make any sense? So Rust Aster uses its own builder incorrectly. How does that work? Missing field, constness. Okay, so that's the one, 161, no? No, here. So that seems to be made for an older version. Maybe that's the problem here. Ast item. So I guess this stuff here is for... Yeah, that now I'm getting the non-syntax version, so it tries to work on the actual lib syntax instead of syntax. Oh my god. Yeah, so with nightly it doesn't work. And serde macros also one, you know, I need nightly for the dev dependencies. That's the point, right? So this is how it should work. Toolchain using. So that's it. So now I need just a fix for that stuff. And I guess I will have to do this myself. Let's try it. So 241. 241. No. 245. Here. Self-builder build item. And this is where it fails, right? This function. Yeah, this function, awesome. Which one? This one or this one? I guess it's this one. Ast item fn. And I have no idea what it wants. Maybe it wants constness. Maybe it's constness, huh? Constness. GitHub lib syntax. Yeah. I'm not sure where this code even is. Let's see. Rust lang. Syntax. No syntax here. So I guess it's Rust. Damn it. Maybe Rust serialized by now. No, wait, that uses macros as well, which are not supported, so they all have the same problem. This is annoying. Damn it! Honestly, this is worth a video saying how annoying Rust can be. I like Rust, but this is just wasting my time. Lib syntax, here it is. Awesome, so we have ast item. And then it's item fn. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unsafety constness. So constness is missing here. And constness it doesn't know or have. So this constness is new. Yeah, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the problem that this field here is missing as well. Constness, yeah, it doesn't have that at all. Method builder, that's 161. Method signature. Method sig. There we go. So constness is missing indeed. And what's constness? Is this? Oh, it's a constness enum probably, huh? Yeah, so const or non-const. Awesome. Yeah, well, how do I do this now? Apparently that has been added recently. So let's blame it. 1480. Let's blame it. Takes a moment. 1480. Show me the line. Okay. That was added February 25th. What? This is not new at all. Authored. Oh, wait, now I get it. Author 25th, committed 5 days ago. There we go. Oh, well. So this is where it all happened. And what does it mean? Parse const of n for free functions and inherent methods. Const of n. So that only is for methods, right? And if they're const or not. So I'm not sure what to do here. What was the default previously? Was it non-const or const, or did it make any difference or what? So what I see here is just an additional flag, but where is it used? Post expansion method. So that just seems to adjust signatures here. Man, it's 1:05 already, and I don't... I could just fix this for me locally, just so that it works. So non-const, that's the default, not const, right? So yeah, let's do it. So so this, if I wanna do this, then so this is item fn. So unsafety constness, deco and self constness, right? And constness shall be ast constness. I think that's the type. Is this the right way? I think he imports libs syntax ast, right? Yes, so I can use ast constness here. That should work. Then it's self constness. Then probably it will break whenever this thing is instantiated. Unsave ABI, wherever that is happening here. Item of n builder is there. Here it happens, for instance. Okay, so constness is ast constness, not const. That's the default here. I just took it from this, wherever I found it in the blame. So not const is the default here, I guess. Let's look for other invocations of this guy. I think that should be it. Good, so that is that. Here we set up the constness, and then we have another one in method. And there we create a method signature, method sig, that now has constness as well. And there we are what? Self builder. Okay, so self fn deco. I have no idea what I'm doing, that's a problem. So the constness here, method signature, not const. Like builder is a method builder. Callback. So it doesn't use an item, does it? No. Maybe you want to have the constness set up here as well. I guess you, yeah, probably, huh? Method builder, because that's part of the method. Constness, because it's unsafety, and that's part of ast constness. I think that's how this would want to be. Probably here, just to make it a bit more. Yeah, so now we can search for unsafety and say constness is ast constness, not const. All right. And now in 245 we can, 161 it was, we can just use self builder constness here to make this work, kind of in the same style as it was used previously. And that's probably what you want here. Yeah, so with a little bit of luck this could already work. Let's try it then, huh? Oh yeah, Show override, I have no idea. I'm on nightly, good. No default features should give me what I want, I guess. Huh. With a little bit of luck. So, oops. Type mismatch. So that's insert code. Oh, damn it. Let me guess. It has to do with constness. Serd macros, type mismatch. The type, oh my god. Blah, blah, blah. Do you see anything that I know here? But the trait ops fn span, what is required? All right. Well, I made this work. That's a great thing. But I have no idea if that's correct or not. Not const f and mut. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. Let's have a look. Let's see if the tests work here. We have a change. Cargo test. I'm unstable here. I don't know if that's good or not. Oh, damn it. I question everything. So, it's a feature, it's not a default feature. He should make build instructions. Because right now, it's special and nobody knows anymore. I don't know anymore. That makes working on this so incredibly hard. Well, we have to set it up to nightly now. Well. So now in order to support both branches, you would need compile time branching, basically. Damn it, 1 hour 12. Sorry. I'm not getting anywhere here, I guess. I don't even make it compile that. I want to curse and swear now. Yeah, so that doesn't work on stable anymore now. Thank you. Without multi-rest, I would be totally lost. Override nightly. So let's try that. It should at least compile now. Maybe it even works. I also hope there are tests. Yeah, but that doesn't bring me any further. No, it doesn't work for serd macros. Oh, so test item. So the tests also don't work. I probably want to adjust them. st. There we go. That's in 31. Item fn. Unsafety, ust, constness, not const. Oops. And there we have it in 69. That's the item fn again, and safety is ust, constness, not const. So, oh, actually, I am in this project. Wouldn't have to need the. I wouldn't have to put the absolute path here. I don't know what I was thinking. Cool. So that actually does work. I think that's worth a PR. Because it works, even though I have no idea. Fix rust up. Multi-rust. Show override. So we are on that one. adjusted method signatures to deal with the recently added constness flag. For now it just defaults to not const, which seems a reasonable default. However, I must admit I have no idea what I was doing except to make builds work with the latest nightly. Unfortunately, also with cargo test. Unfortunately, this makes the code incompatible with stable, which could probably be considered a problem. This PR might just be a hint and for others to see in case they have the same problems. And I wouldn't consider it an actual fix. As a last note, even though this compiles on a recent nightly, in case you want to use serde, it will not serde macros. These will not work due to other issues that are beyond my fixing capabilities. I suppose. Yeah, something like that. Boom. So let's fork it real quick. Rust aster. There we go. Rust quasi. Oh my god, Rust aster. I don't know. Git remote add mine. Git push mine master. And then we set up a nice PR that should be working just in itself. Because I stick to the rules of formatting. So there we go. So that can be merged, that's a good thing, and it will now be tested, and I don't know if that will actually work or not. So that is that. Fine. Which is not fine, so I can't even run tests. That's a problem. I think I should definitely stop this here, because it has been going on for too long. When was the last commit here, by the way? When was this last build? 7 days ago. So that might have been on an older version that still worked, because the actual thing that causes the issues was added 5 days ago. So I guess he was lucky so far. Yeah, well, awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think we are good here. I didn't even make a commit yet. Let's do it. Just to be done with it. Here we are, serde-yaml. Much more work to be done. Readme, license, cargo. Oh, damn it. Can I use git status here? That's much nicer. Let's chore. Init. Initial commit. Migrated code from From where? From here. Migrated code from, I can actually put it here. From serd to get a first frame for the serd for this project. However, building, even though building works, serd macros just don't work with the latest nightly, which makes serialization tests more difficult. But we might find a way if we just use the value type that we still have to make up as well. Maybe hand implement it and stuff, possibly. Let's have a look at the JSON type, and yeah, let's stop this now. I think that's a good idea. So that is that. I shall also push it to origin right away, just to have it here. There it comes eventually. Any second now. I do hope I have permissions to do that. I do. Good. So here it is. First one. We still have to do some additional stuff here. Short description and yeah, website we also don't have just yet. Also, Travis will now start to do stuff, and I think that will just downright fail because cargo test just doesn't work because of all this here that we had to do. Yeah, awesome. Not awesome at all. Would be interesting if that would actually count up here while we are looking at it. Should be less than a minute, I guess. Less than a minute ago. Otherwise, this kind of is too static here. Anyway, that is that. Let's go to serd and do this right away. Why not? I mean, we are late anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference now. 584 commits, pull requests. I am withdrawing this PR as all development moved to the dedicated repository. Yeah, so I think that's that. I think I should have closed the comment, the PR right away. Boom. That is that. So I don't have to look here anymore. Serd, my fork, I think I will keep it. And yeah, just move these tickets around as I see fit. Add the milestones as I see fit, but I will do this in the next session. So thanks for watching and have a great day.